All right, we live now. So
Yeah.
welcome everybody back to the Man Down Podcast, man. I got my homie Jay with me today. I think we got Corey and Zoe supposed to be coming in a little bit late, but man, we'll go ahead and start without them.
I'm
I can't
back.
look. I relish the opportunity to go over some sports topics and debate Jay and whoop his behind, man. It's better than whooping Corey.
Look,
Corey is
y'all,
just too
first of
easy.
all, nobody thinks you can beat me, man. If people betting right now, they betting on me.
Jay,
Easy,
Jay,
easy money,
Jay.
man.
No, it's Jay. It's really easy money. It's really easy money, man. But
I
we got a
chose
whole bunch
water
of
to
stuff we got
drink
to
to
go over.
debate you. I chose water.
Where's my water at? I need some water. I don't even need none though. I think I'll be fine, man. I think I'll be fine. I don't need the water. But
Hydration, mate.
we'll go over all these topics. I mean, there's a lot going on in the NFL, NBA. I forgot to add March Madness stuff to the mix, man. So I don't even know if we're gonna get to that, but
Oh, don't
we'll
worry.
try. And then I think we'll open it up for people to join the
1,200
stream, man. Yeah, and we'll freestyle a little bit, man. But yeah, man, it's been a minute since you've been on. What's been up with you?
and that man, dealing with a medical condition, man. Had a little surgery. But we back.
Yeah,
We
how
back.
you feeling?
I feel good, man. Extremely thirsty. That's why you seen them 2 bottles of water.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
other than that, man, I can't complain, man. I'm blessed to be here.
What's good, Lamar?
Lamar,
All
what's
right, man.
happening?
So let's everybody that's on the stream, go ahead and share this stream somewhere. And if you on the YouTube page and haven't subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe and check out the description in the link and look at the link for the Sports Cave, whether it's their IG or their website, and go check out some of the gear they got in there. Um, Anything you want, whatever team that you affiliated with, man, or whatever team you root for, they go have something for you in there. That's where we get all our stuff from. So go and check out the Sports Cave. That is our sponsor for the day. Ah, who's this? Arizona Wildcats. Oh man,
I mean, what's happening?
yeah,
What's
man.
happening? Hey, Arizona playing decent ball, man. Hey, before we get into anything, I'll say this. In the first 2 rounds, the best looking team in the country, to me,
Okay,
was the Carolina Tar Heels.
they did look good playing Baylor, man.
And
Enough.
this is how good they have to look. I
What's up, Mike?
despise the Tar Heels. So for me
I
to
know you
say
do.
that, for me to say that, that's
Yeah.
just that's a real take. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's not a hard pick at all.
Yeah.
But they look good. I hope they continue, man. I like Hibbert Davis.
Who
He, he,
as a
I be
coach?
sending him in. Yeah,
He started out slow out of the gates, I guess.
he, but that can be expected. He looked like he's slow out the gates. Like if you just look
Yeah.
at his face, he looked like
What
he
you say?
just woke up, like he just got here.
What about the best player in the tournament so far?
Best player right now to me is number 5 for Duke, man.
I
Paulo
agree. I
Banchero.
agree.
That
But
that man, yeah.
he been the best player since the season started, but he just been having up and down years. Say what again,
It just
Jesse? Hold on.
I'm not saying that again. I'm not gonna say that
The
again.
Carolina joint.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say that again. Somebody find a way to make it a soundbite, but I'll never say that again. They
I
just look
think
good
I
though.
think I think that's what I do. It'll be a soundbite. But speaking of sound bites, man, we'll start this off with a sound bite from Michelle Beadle from I don't know if this was her podcast, but it's a podcast that's under the Athletic. Um, I forgot the name of it, but here is her giving her thoughts on the Deshaun Watson stuff, and that'll be our first topic. I want you to listen to it, and I want you to respond um, to her thoughts.
And this is gross. And not just the Cleveland Browns, but the fact that there was a market, a feeding frenzy, so much so that this guy got more guaranteed money than anyone ever. So not only did he not get punished, he's been doubly rewarded. I mean, what is the lesson? Ladies, never report anything because no one will believe you. No one gives a damn. And the NFL above everyone certainly doesn't care. And I don't care how much pink merchandise you want to sell me. Doesn't matter.
All right. So after listening to that, it was more. I mean, she really kind of went in. I guess she's really disgusted. And I think I heard Marley Quinn. I didn't listen to the whole thing from Marley Quinn, but I heard this morning that she went off too. She always got an issue with somebody and try to link it to women's something or women's rights or women's whatever, right? But that was Michelle Beadle, and she was former ESPN analyst. And I just want to ask, man. I mean, maybe I'm missing something. Did the NFL handle the Watson situation right, or are they wrong for bringing him in right at this time right now? Your
Um,
thoughts?
I feel like the NFL did a phenomenal job with the Deshaun Watson situation. Um, he didn't play the whole last year.
We did.
Not only did he, like, the suspicion of wrongdoing was out there. They let the law that America has take place.
Right.
There was a grand jury.
Right.
They refused to indict him on 19 cases.
Correct.
They had 19 attempts, and they looked at the evidence in 19 attempts and said, "Nah, you dig what I'm saying?"
Right.
And after that, there's there's some civil trials that's going to come up, but that's neither here nor there. He may still get suspended by the NFL because of their
Correct.
league player conduct policy or
Right.
whatnot. But in the if the court of law says that there's no case here, then let that man feed his family. Here's the
Yeah.
problem. Here's the problem. If Deshaun Watson looked a little more like a quarterback that spent 18 years in Pittsburgh, he wouldn't have missed a game.
22. I don't know that 22. I mean, they did a good job on setting him up for. I mean, I'm not saying he got set up, but they did a good job of painting a picture. That looked damning for him. I mean, it was bad to the point where the NFL was afraid to activate him last year.
Sure, and then the owners, like, no one made a move until the grand jury said, "Hey,
exactly.
there's not going to be a case here."
Right.
I mean, as an African American male in these United States, you can't even be cleared of charges and go back to work. Like, what she want him to do? She want him to never work again?
That's the question I got. What is she expecting?
But
she wasn't the only one. There was two dudes on the panel with her on that podcast, and they was all in lockstep agreeing with her.
I bet you. I didn't see them, but I bet you they look more like Peyton Manning than Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, that's why I'm confused. I need somebody that see it from her side that can explain it to me. I'm trying to figure out what was the NFL supposed to do? What was any team owner was supposed to do? Or do you want him never to play in the league again because of accusations?
Now, if he was convicted or tried, or they said, "Hey, there's enough for a trial here," then don't let him play until the trial. Whatever. I can dig that, but the criminal system that is here in place in these United States looked at 19 different cases and was like, it ain't enough.
Yeah.
If we took this to trial, this is when they refuse to go to trial. This is what the prosecutor is saying. If we took this to trial, we'd surely lose.
Right. So
not to mention, there's evidence that a certain number of the accusers had more interactions with the bloody after this thing happened. A certain number of the accusers were on record saying to fans that it was a joy and a privilege to work with Mr. Watson. They can't wait to do it again. So, right. I mean, listen, I'm not going to say did it happen or not because we wasn't in those rooms.
Right.
But what I'll say is, man, we know OJ killed them people.
Don't say that. I don't know that. I don't.
No.
I don't know.
My man wrote a book that told you how he would have done it. if he did it. Like up until then, we didn't know. When he wrote the book, we kind of was like, oh, so that's what you did. But what I'm saying is, just like we know that Casey Anthony killed her daughter. Hey man, it does. If the legal system gets it right, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. You just got to go with what they did.
Yeah.
You got to go with what they did.
I mean,
Like,
there's no grounds for him to continue to get punished by the employer that was his employer. Like that, I can't legally punish him for something that he's never been tried and convicted of. Like I just can't. What people are expecting and wanting people to do, they can't do. And and it says more about people that want that to happen to them than it does about Deshaun Watson and the legal system. And you just can't tell him, because I think if I would have let that play, she came out and was like 22 accusations where there's smoke, there's fire. She said it's got to be some of those out of those 22, some of them got to be true. That's what she's saying. That's her logic.
Guess what? I've seen smoke without fire before. I've seen that.
For sure.
I can make it smoke without fire.
Yeah.
But here's a different question. Let's go back to all her Twitter, all her tweets or whatever, and see did she have outrage that your boy Zimmerman got a job after he was acquitted?
I doubt it. But I mean, in her defense, that's not sports related. So
no, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If now we're talking about principle.
Yeah.
So you're saying this man can't work. His job is playing sports. That's his job. You don't want this man to work.
She was disgusted. And I think who was this that just said it? It was Justin that said it. They mad because he got their guaranteed money. Like the statement, first of all, no one's that he broke a record on how much guaranteed money a player got. No one has gotten that much guaranteed money. So I think that they're so disgusted. First of all, they're disgusted that he even got a job because they 100% believe he did whatever he was accused of. Then they're doubly disgusted because he got that guaranteed money. So pretty much what they expected to happen is the NFL to treat him like they treated Michael Vick, and they wanted Deshaun Watson to come back crawling, get Tony Dungy to speak on his behalf. He needed to go and do all this community service and beg and beg and beg. And Michael Vick still begging for that. Like she even mentioned in there about animal cruelty and all that stuff. The NFL is allowing animal cruelty, woman beaters, woman abusers, and all these things. She named all that stuff. And I'm like, man, how you lumping all that together with Deshaun Watson with accusation?
So this is what I'll do. I'm not going to say what I want to say about that lady. I'm not going to do it. But I'll give her hope. Okay? I'll give her hope. No better reason. Man. And all the naysayers and haters of Deshaun Watson. Hey, look alive, guys. You still may get what you want. He going to Cleveland. They never win in football. Don't worry. It's still Cleveland.
He getting the bag, though, Jay. He getting the bag.
Hey, man. Hey, listen. I always feel okay about players getting the bag.
Right.
Listen, let them. Maybe he has enough money to hire his own full-time personal masseuse now. Let that man get the bag.
He always had that money, though. Let me get to these comments, though. Lamar said he didn't like the fact that Michelle said to women, don't report sexual assaults. She was being facetious with that, but that was a dumb comment. Why did she say that? That's not true. Or that's not the truth. This Deshaun Watson situation is a lot of he said, she said. I agree. If there were factual evidence, he would have been convicted. I'm pretty sure the DA wanted him. I'm pretty sure the DA didn't cut him no breaks.
That's a career defining case. Of course, the DA wanted that.
Yeah, for sure.
He'd have been Marsha Clark. We still say her name.
He would have been a champion for sure. For real, he would have been a champion in a lot of females' eyes. But yeah, I think that was just crazy, man. But since we on the topic of Deshaun, how you think he gonna do out there?
Cleveland will go this year. They'll go 10-7, make the make the playoffs. And early round exit.
Why you say
Nothing
that?
spectacular. Huh?
Why you say that?
Don't
Why
believe
early
it.
round? Why not like more success?
Because
I
it's
mean, because
Cleveland.
look, think about what they got out there.
No, just because it's Cleveland. Like if they had the same thing in Arizona, I would say the same thing. There's certain cities that are football doomed no matter what, bro. Like
Right.
even though Arizona been to a couple Super Bowls recently, they hadn't won one. Like there's certain things, man, that's just gonna be the way it is until they pay the fine for the wrongs that they did late. You know what I'm saying?
I think one of the things is a step in the right direction for Cleveland coming out of that curse is getting rid of Baker, man. He was part of it. I
Facts.
mean, I hated the way he treated the way he treated Hugh Jackson after he got fired, man. I thought that was a little disrespectful.
But you got to kind of get rid of this coach that's there now too, because he's part of that regime. And that, like I said, I think there'll be a contender in a couple years. I just don't think year one will be it.
Right. Mike said he expect nothing first year, but they'll be good the next year.
Yeah,
That's possible.
Yeah,
that's possible.
Yeah.
I mean, but see, it's my thing. It's my thing, right? They're running football team, right? And we always talked about if they could have a quarterback, they don't have no weaknesses nowhere else. They definitely don't have no weakness in the backfield. They used to be strong at receiver, but now they done lost Landry and Odell. But they got Cooper.
Back.
Yeah, they got Cooper, but it ain't the same as Odell and Landry. Like that's two studs on the outside, right? So I always said if the quarterback play could be upgraded, they might have something. I mean, 2 Pro Bowl running backs in the backfield.
But you know, it wasn't the quarterback play that in a pinch the defense gave up the money. You know what I'm saying? That no matter how good they looked on paper, in a pinch the defense never held anybody when it was time. You know what I'm saying? Every close game they gave up the butt.
You can say that, but if the Bengals can make it all the way to the Super Bowl with a second-year quarterback and a decent run game, a decent pass rush, they got studs at receiver though. Then I think the Deshaun Watson can do that with the Cleveland Browns, man.
Yeah.
I just
may
think
take Cleveland to the Super Bowl. It just won't
go
be
for it. Well, they might not make the Super Bowl, but they can. Go ahead, Jay.
Nah, it won't be.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm here.
Am I breaking up?
You was, but you good.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It wasn't like this
yeah,
year,
but
it's just not it.
All right. I mean, it's kind of hard. Okay, so they got the Bengals. Who else in their division?
Steelers and Ravens.
All right.
Ravens gonna be back. Everybody's gonna be healthy. Yeah.
You think so? So the Steelers won't be back. The Steelers won't be back.
I can see the Steelers making a move for Baker.
And what does that go do? And hold on. And by move, you mean give up a draft pick for him, or you think the Browns go cut him?
No, they're gonna give him a number 3. Yeah, they give him a third round.
You would give a number 3 for Rex Grossman Jr. You would give a number 3 for that.
Dude, when my quarterback room is Mason Rudolph and Dwayne Haskins, yes.
I'm going with what's in what else out there in the pool? What's out there in free agency? That's what I'm going with. That's what I'm going with. Gary from Sports K's, what's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, fellas? How y'all doing?
Are we good,
there
man?
What's happening, brother?
Hey,
it's good to hear from y'all. See y'all on, man.
For sure, man. Hey, Baker Mayfield, man. What do you think about this?
Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
My my humble opinion, I just think I like the Deshaun Watson move, but I think with Baker Mayfield, I got a feeling he's going to be out for a little bit. And the reason why I say that is because I think the market, he just got unlucky and the market's dried up on him right now. Now, Carolina can make the move. Okay. Texans can make the move for him. There's one more team that could possibly make a move. Falcons could even make a move for him. But I don't think he fits any of those places. I really don't think he fits any of those places. And you got to also remember that Baker Mayfield's been hurt. And I think the longer he sits out, the more this goes against him. So therefore, his camp are hoping that somebody signs him so he can play out that last year and prove himself. You know what I mean? And I think that's going to be a big thing. So do I think a lot of people saying, oh, he's washed up, whatever. No, I don't think he's washed up. I think he'll be a starter in the league. I just think, you got to have the right situation for him. And Jay, I don't know, Pittsburgh, I had thought about that too, but that's in the division. The Browns and the Steelers, they don't like each other at all, man. I mean, they don't like each other at all. So, they're in the same division. I don't think Trubisky is your answer there. I really don't. But it'd be nice, but I just don't see that happening. And that's a rivalry. And Baker's kind of big on rivalries and stuff. So I don't. Only way he would, if he did sign with the Steelers, it would be to get the Browns back.
Right? Exactly.
That's what I can see there. But I also want to talk a little bit about Deshaun Watson and stuff, man.
Okay.
I just think this whole thing, and I'm like you. I think I'm wondering why. If they have found him innocent in a court of law,
right?
Why are they basically doing double jeopardy? I mean, you're trying him for the same offense. He's been found innocent. Why are you trying him in the NFL for?
Yeah, I just don't understand. I don't understand.
I don't get that. I don't get that either.
I don't understand the public and people that's in the media who want some type of extra who feel like he should get some type of punishment, man. Like, what are you? How you
understand it?
But how are you even comfortable to come out and say he deserves something when he's not even convicted, or he's not even accused? Well, not accused, but he's not he
hasn't been convicted. He's not guilty.
Right, but he hasn't. He hasn't even. The police haven't even put charges on him at all.
No, they never have. There was never any charges. The police had said it last year. We can't find nothing. We can't find anything. They did all they could to try to find this man guilty. They had said that last year. And then you got people talking about, well, I ain't gonna wear his jersey. And I'm not gonna let my daughter wear his jersey. And I just don't know how this sits with me. Man, I'm telling you, I'm so sick of people that are so holier than thou. And they forget that they're human and they make mistakes. I'm not gonna say nothing happened. I don't know what happened. I'm like you. I wasn't in the room. I don't know what happened. But if we respect the court of law, like they always say, then he's innocent. The man is innocent. He's not guilty. Yeah. So that's my whole thing with the whole thing, man. I just think that it's just, and they talk about, well, he got this big contract. Okay, he got the big contract. But again, he was not found guilty.
He wasn't.
Okay.
He wasn't.
What about, I said this the other day to a guy. What about Joe Flacco when he came out the Super Bowl, won that Super Bowl? The market basically he fell right into the market. The market was dictating a salary of that type at that time. But no, what's pissed a lot of people off is that he's making more than Aaron Rodgers. He's making more than Mahomes. He's making more than Brady or whomever it is. That's what a lot of people are upset about.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. That money disrupted a lot. That was, a lot of people mad about their money, man. And good Lord, this comment here, don't tell me Baker Mayfield done started up a group petition to get him not to play. That is freaking ridiculous. Like that. Like
Hold on.
That
Baker started something to get him not to play?
nah. Somebody said the Browns fan. It's a Browns fan group that started a petition, and I'm just speculating that Baker started.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, but look, this is the funny thing, man. If there's a lawsuit that can be had from the Kenosha kid, I forgot his name. If he can sue people for them thinking that he was guilty before the trial, right?
Right.
Why are people thinking that they can sign petitions and have this dude that is not even been tried with anything, not even been not even been I can't. Why am I keep forgetting the word charged? Not even been charged. Not even been charged with anything. But you go treat this dude like he actually did something, like he was actually found guilty.
You go treat him like he's guilty.
That's not right.
You know,
well, here's the reason.
Go ahead, Jay.
It's simple, man, and we all know the answer, but let me say it out loud, man.
Yeah.
Being a black man is a criminal charge already. So if we can put any dirt on any black man's name, how dare he think he's worth anything after that?
Thank you.
And it's a black man, and that's the bottom line. And anybody who thinks anything different, wake up. Period.
How about the guilt and the shaming tactics they use by saying, and how dare you get this man a job? You have daughters.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I got sons too. Like, I mean, what does that mean? I have daughters. Like, I got to believe every accusation from a female just because I have daughters and because I have a mom and because I have sisters? That makes no sense. Now, what does that say about me in the relationship between me and my son?
Mel, you're right. You hit the nail on the head. And females can lie too.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, we all look at them as being lovable, darling. And I have a daughter. I love her dear.
Yeah.
We look at them as being lovable and darlings and everything else, but they can lie too. And it has been proven that females have lied about certain things, and come to find out, none of it ever happened.
Yeah, and look, not only can they lie, they can also consent to intercourse, and after the fact, feel like she was, I don't know, maybe you lied to me and you didn't treat me like I thought you was gonna treat me after the fact. So now I feel like I was tricked into, I don't know. They can justify it in their own head to where they're not lying, so they actually believe their accusations of the R word or harassment. They so I'm not even calling all of them liars. Maybe some of them did have something consensual with him,
right?
But after the fact, they can change their mind.
Not only that, man, if I'm hell bent on trying to get someone in trouble, right? Well, let's just say I'm not. But okay, let's say I had an interaction with a person. No matter what the interaction was or whatever. Melvin, let's say me and you, we played cards, you took my money. Right? And then I'm looking at the news and somebody say that, hey, Melvin is cracking credit cards. He's a scam artist.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, hey, shoot, well, he beat me in cards and took my money fair and square. Well, he took my money too.
That's Jay. That's a good point. And that's how one can turn into two, can turn into 22.
Yep.
Because now I see, it's a lawsuit, and I don't even know if the lawyer are privy to, I'm just speculating, right?
No, they put a search out. They put if you or anyone you know has had interactions with Deshaun Watson and them besides, they put a whole search out. So here's the problem. And guys, I want you guys to listen. Let's say that the first person was telling the absolute truth, but you complex that case with a lot of people, and some of them are lying for financial gain.
Mm-hmm.
So now the truth gets lost in the midst of the lies. So sometimes these witch hunting that they do to try to make the black man look bad, that happened to work at the time for Bill Cosby, may be the downfall or the undoing of the first young lady that may have had a case. So I'm not saying that stuff didn't happen, but what I'm
Yeah.
saying is
Right.
a lot of
Right.
times you leave well enough alone and then move forward. You know what
See,
I'm
but
saying? Move forward in the
they don't
future.
understand the climate. They don't understand the climate. They thinking because this worked against Marv Albert kind of with the same lawyer, right? Where you bring in multiple women and make this case stronger. And back then that might have been necessary, but right
Yeah.
now we've been broken up so much to where we're so sensitive to, and rightfully so. We should be sensitive to a woman's accusation, right?
Yeah.
But we're so sensitive to it. One lady saying this would get the attention that you need,
Yeah.
and
And
like
and that means it happened. You're right,
right,
Mel.
right. But they so used to saying, in order for to make this right, or in order to get this the results we want, it'll be stronger and it'll be a better case if we have multiple accusations. Right, we just go kill a roach with a sledgehammer. That's what they did, and it's backfiring on them because we know
Mel,
it's a witch hunt. We know it's a lot of lies and a lot of it's just man, it's just crazy, man.
Mel, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna go, but I'm gonna say this. Um, you know, I think a lot of it just comes down to this money. They're pissed off about the money. I really believe that.
Yeah,
And if you remember when Ben Roethlisberger was doing his stuff, how they quickly swept it under the rug, and everything was all right.
yeah,
Ben got a hero sent off when he retired. None
yeah,
of that stuff was ever brought up.
yeah,
But certain
Because
people
Ben
can't
got the
do certain
complexion for
things.
the connection,
yeah.
or the complexion for the
Exactly.
protection. Yeah.
And look,
Exactly.
and,
So
and all the naysayers when they bring up previous things that the NFL supposedly let ride and players let come back in, they only mention the players that look like Deshaun Watson. They've never brought they've never brought Ben Simmons, not Ben Simmons, but Ben Roethlisberger case up as an
no,
example for what the
never
NFL
have.
had. They've
They
never
never
done it.
will.
I listened to that lady, and she said she brought up Kareem Hunt, she brought up Michael Vick, she brought up every other black man that the NFL let come back in, and then
Probably Ray
tried to
Rice.
tried to and brought up
They
Ray
even let
Rice
Rice come back in.
and tried to juxtapose it against Kaepernick to get more some support. Like, this is not a Kaepernick situation, blah blah blah. Trying to get some support some way somehow, but she never brought up Ben Roethlisberger. I don't know how to say that dude's name. Big Ben. Never brought him up. Never. And I think that's crazy. That's real crazy.
Lamar got a good comment.
Jerry Jones, Daniel Snyder, Robert Kraft actually did wrong. Facts. Paid settlements to avoid legal troubles. People like Michelle need to point their energy towards people like them. Leave Deshaun alone. I agree, man. It's crazy. But we'll switch it to Baker Mayfield, man. Will he be a week one starter when the season starts from somewhere?
Well, here is yet another topic to beat you on. Yes.
Stop it. Okay, this ought to be good. This ought to be good. Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Explain to me how, yes, he'll be a starter somewhere. And where. I give you three choices, three chances. You can name three teams.
Baker Mayfield will be a starter in one of these three teams. Carolina. Seattle. Carolina, Seattle.
Take your time. Take your time. It's only getting recorded. You know, I bring it back up.
No. It's cool. Hell, Detroit.
That ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen. I'm gonna tell you why it ain't gonna happen, Jay. Just like the caller just said, the opportunities are gone. Right, the opportunities are gone. If you look at
who's your day one starter for Seattle right now?
They said they're going with Locke. They said they're going with Locke.
Dude, you got 4 years of lock tape. You got 4 years of lock tape. That's a bad answer.
They say, and you got 4 years of Baker Mayfield tape.
One of them been to the playoffs.
Jay, you have to give up a pick. You have to give up a pick to get Baker Mayfield.
No,
as your quarterback. You got to give a pick up.
Not actually, because if you wait, they're gonna just drop him. He can't be the number 2 quarterback.
So Jay, if you wait and they just drop him, when do you think they go drop him? Is it gonna be a time enough for them to get him in for training camp, get him to learn the whole pay, and be a week 1 starter?
He would not be a Brown by the draft.
Okay, all right, and that might be true. But after the draft, those teams that you said might take him, like Carolina, will have Kenny Pickett or the kid from Liberty on their squad. So that's two spots already gone. 2 potential spots gone.
He'll start before both of them. I'm telling you, man. Shoot, Arizona might be a good landing spot because him and them and Shorty Doo-Wop are beefing.
Bro, it ain't gonna happen, man. Lamar said he'll be starting in the XFL or USFL. He too arrogant to even go down there and play there. He'll go wherever.
He not Johnny Manziel, bro. He'll be a starter. He actually is Johnny Manziel, but he'll be a starter in the NFL week 1.
Put it this way. Forget teams that need a quarterback. What team that need a quarterback is a good fit for Baker Mayfield? And by good fit, I mean exactly what the Chicago Bears was with Rex Grossman, the best defense in the league with a run game that you didn't need him to do anything.
Now you didn't say would he be a starting quarterback on a contender. In fact, hold on, the third team, not Detroit, Houston.
Okay, I give you Houston.
He's better than the guy in Houston. He's better than the guy in Detroit.
Just Mills. Did they get rid of Tyrod?
Maybe. I think Tyrod.
If Tyrod's still there, there's no way you bring Baker in for a second go round.
He's better than Mitch Trubisky.
I don't know about that.
He's better. No, he's better than he's better than everybody in New York. That's not Buffalo.
Okay, so you saying he could start over Mills in Houston and he can start over Jones in New York,
and Wilson in the Jets, New York Jets too.
Nah.
He can start over Golf. He can start over Golf in Detroit.
He can't start over Golf. And Chris is from Detroit. He just said Dan Campbell loves Jared Goff. That ain't happening. I think what Lamar is right. I think you giving Baker a little bit too much credit, man.
No, I'm not giving him any credit. Listen, dude. Fitzmagic was the starting quarterback week 1 for a team. He better than Fitzmagic. Shit, he better than Tua. He could go Miami and start. He better than Tua.
He not better than no Tua, Jay. Come on now.
Man, I'm better than Tua.
Who's better than Tua?
Baker Mayfield.
No, he's not.
Dude, he's better than Tua.
I don't see it, man. Oh, they got Tyrod in New York. Oh, Tyrod gonna be starting in New York. He gonna beat Jones out for that.
Nah,
I guarantee you, Tyrod Taylor. I guarantee you, Tyrod Taylor. Right.
Jay, boy, it's good to see you, man.
In New York, Tyrod gonna be starting.
Good to be seen.
He gonna beat Jones. Hey, Mike, turn YouTube off. What's up, Mike?
I don't think that he'll ever. I don't think he's gonna get that shot. I think it's gonna be the same Tyrod Taylor deal.
Yeah, I agree with Justin, man. Jay, I think you're the only person on the panel and in the comment section that think that Baker is better than Tua.
Have y'all
actually, I'm gonna jump on.
Yeah, I have.
I think that Baker is better than Tua. I really do.
Yo, Tua is shit. Yo, for real, man.
Lord, man.
Like,
come on,
my thing with Baker is just that he hasn't run any offense similar to what he ran when he was in college. Like, he came into Cleveland and they basically ran a pro-style offense. Like you said, it was focused heavily on running the ball, which works, but when you used to slinging that thing, God knows how many times he did in college, and you not doing that in the pros, it's a different feeling. And to like what you're saying, he never adjusted to that, in my opinion. He never said, all right, let me buckle down and work on this style of offense instead of just always thinking, I want that spread offense with all these damn receivers out here so I can just, throw it to whoever.
Okay, I would agree with you. Right?
Hey, LaCour, put 10 on it.
Huh?
Nah, LaCour. Tell LaCour put 10 on it.
What up, Lamar? I would agree with you, but playing quarterback, I understand that if I have a running game, it makes me as a quarterback, it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah.
And
Right.
they have a hell of a running game in Cleveland.
Yeah.
And he was missing wide open wide receivers. And that has nothing to do with what he was doing in college. Because in college, even the year he won the Heisman Trophy, there was a lot of talk that he wasn't the best. He wasn't even the best quarterback on the roster because Kyler Murray was on the roster. He was just redshirted. So, I mean, I just don't. I don't think I never believed the hype from the beginning, and I definitely don't believe it now. So
I don't either.
I would take two.
Hold on,
I'm off the Baker train.
Hey, real quick. I see a comment say thoughts on the Bears. First 3 picks next year. All right, we can keep moving. Trash at best. Yeah.
Wait. I'll let Corey go in on that because I want you to tell me what you expect for from their second year quarterback, man.
Look, I think if they put him in the right offensive scheme, he'll be just fine. Matt Nagy was about to get him killed, running the ball 15, 20 times a game. He's about to die.
Yeah.
Speaking of Matt Nagy, that was the worst offseason move that we've made in 3 off seasons. But keep going.
But he won't be calling no plays.
No.
He won't.
But you don't want him talking to you don't want him talking to Pat Mahomes, period.
You just don't want him even talking to him.
He won't Matt Nagy won't have a headset.
Do they give him a visor or do he at least get a visor?
He might get some towels. He might get a clipboard. Maybe he might be holding an iPad. Yeah, it's too disrespectful to say his job is the electronics guy for the iPads. But that's what he's gonna be doing. He's gonna be handing iPads over. But he ain't gonna be calling no plays. He might not even have a playbook. He might not. But if he do get a headset, I guarantee it ain't turned on. You ever play PlayStation and your son was like 2 and he wanted to play and you give him one that's not hooked up? That's what type of headset they get.
That Matt Nagy gonna have.
And he don't deserve that one.
But I think that looking at that division, who knows what Green Bay is going? Aaron Rodgers is still going to make things happen, even though he don't have Devontae Adams. He'll just find another one.
Then you got the finesse guy, Kirk Cousins.
It just depends.
Do a little bit, get a bag. Do a little bit, get a big bag.
Right. Minnesota's still going to be around. I don't think the Bears going. I don't think they. It's going to take a few years, man.
Yeah,
it's going to take a few years. I don't think
they'll finish ahead of the Lions.
Yeah.
They just lost Allen Robinson.
It depends on what the Lions do because the Lions were in a lot of those football games last year. They just lost them.
Yeah.
You know, I think that they may win a couple more games. I mean, they might be better. They need to get off that Jared Goff train though.
Hey, Baker to Detroit.
Hey, you know what? He's better than Jared Goff.
Baker is? No.
They're about the same. Jared Goff's advantage is that he might be 6 inches taller than Baker Mayfield. That might be his advantage.
Oh man. Hey, and Baker better than Drew Lock.
Oh, listen.
Baker better than Drew Lock.
Can y'all hear me? I was breaking up. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We don't want to.
Hey, look, this the issue with Jared Goff. It's not that he's trash like Baker. This is the issue with Jared Goff. Jared Goff can show you real high highs, but within that same game, he might show you the lowest of the lows. So he probably could go out there and look like someone just as good as, let's say, who's like a second tier quarterback?
Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan. He go out there and show you some Matt Ryan, but then he'll show you some daggone Mac Jones. Not Mac Jones, but
Baker Mayfield.
Daniel Jones.
He show you some Baker Mayfield. He show you some Daniel Jones or some Baker Mayfield.
Hey,
That's
Baker Mayfield better than Wentz. Baker Mayfield is better than Wentz.
They Carson Wentz.
Yeah, he could go to Washington.
You know what? Let's go here since y'all bringing up these quarterbacks that went to new teams, and I'm glad y'all here, Mike and Corey, because I was whooping J-Tail on these.
Hold on. Mike was watching. Hey, Mike, tell the truth. I was giving Melvin that business up.
Dude, he just tried to argue that Baker Mayfield gonna be a week 1 starter somewhere. You already lost by taking that position. I ain't even had to argue that one. He cooked himself.
That's the more difficult position to take.
And,
I gave you the easy one.
And you cook yourself. You remember rapid season, duck season.
When he start week 1, play it all next year like you did Corey Ram State.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
Play it all next year.
Okay. Next topic. I'm gonna let Mike and Corey go at this first. Which quarterback out of the guys who is joining new teams?
Deshaun Watson. It's easy. You don't even have to.
I go Russell Wilson.
Okay. Let me hear the argument. Who's gonna have the most success next season? Let me hear the argument.
Who you want me to start?
Yeah. Who gonna have the best season and why?
I think obviously it's going to be Russell Wilson because he's going to a similar situation like what he had in Seattle. He's going to a team with a good defense that's got 2 good running backs. You see what I'm saying? And I don't think he's going to be required to throw 30 touchdowns this year. I think he's just going to be more of a game manager. He'll probably have we'll say 28 and 9 interceptions for the year. But I feel like with Deshaun, he's got more of an uphill battle, especially coming from a year of not playing football. And don't get me wrong, it's not like he's walking into a team that is established with a great receiving core. So he's going to have to kind of reinvent himself once he goes to Cleveland.
I mean, what's hard about all he had to do is the job that Baker was doing, that Corey said he's the best at, turning around and handing the ball off to the running back. He got 2 of those to do that. So first and foremost, I know he can do that better than Baker.
But
all he needs to do is to hit a couple of throws. He's already smarter than Baker. All he got to do is hit a couple of throws. The throws that Baker was missing on the regular, Deshaun Jackson gonna be able to make those throws. So if he's just a game manager, we're gonna use these 2 running backs. They both go average 85 yards a game. We go use both of them, and then we go hit Amari Cooper every now and then, and they need to get them a speedster. Oh, I said Deshaun Watson. I said Jackson. Deshaun Watson.
But it's cool.
Yeah, but that's all he got to do. So I mean, I get it. I'm not saying anything against your argument that Russell is in a good situation, but I'm saying your reasoning for why Watson might not get off the gates good, I don't think that's that valid, because I think it's just too easy for him. I mean, Cleveland is more ready made than Denver is.
More ready in what fashion? Like you talking about just
in every way. So yeah, they got the better defense. Well, both of them got decent defense, but they got a better backfield. I like the receiving core. Well, it's only Amari Cooper right now, but who you got in Denver?
Amari Cooper. They still got Donovan Peoples-Jones. Donovan Peoples-Jones can play.
It is nice. I give you that.
And Denver, you got Judy and
Cortland Sutton.
Judy got some potential.
Yeah, that's.
But if Noah Fant was still in that picture, I would say.
Now that other tight end they got is pretty decent too.
He's not terrible, but Noah Fant went to Seattle.
Yeah.
So.
That's a good point, Chris.
It is a good point, yeah.
But the thing about Baker Mayfield is Baker Mayfield moves out of the pocket too.
And when he move out of the pocket, that's when the defense is smiling. Like, I know I'm about to get the rock now.
Yeah, because it's some kind of errant, crazy ass pass.
Exactly. He's Rex Grossman, man. I'm telling you, he's Rex Grossman.
Baker Mayfield is Johnny Manziel.
Okay.
That's what he is. Cleveland was too good of a team last year not to be in the playoffs.
Facts.
They were. Because if you think about it, they play playoff football from the beginning. They run the ball extremely well, right? And they play solid defense. That's playoff football. Now you take a team where and think if you think about it, right? Deshaun Watson put up numbers with no defense and some crazy and with some he put up crazy numbers with no wide receivers in Houston. The last year he played because they got rid of everybody.
Yeah.
So he has some solid wide receivers, right? They got a good tight end in Njoku. They got 2 great running backs. They're not gonna get rid of them, and they have a very solid offensive line. Cleveland gonna be tough to handle, but I also think that Denver is going to be very tough to handle as well.
So which quarterback is going to have the most successful season?
I think the most successful season will be Deshaun Watson.
Okay,
I think it'll be Deshaun Watson because there's going to be some games where he's going to have to throw the ball, and I think Russ is a game. Russ is going to have I agree that Russ is going to have to be a game manager, but we all know if Russ got to put a team on his shoulders, he got no problem doing that.
None at all.
So I've let both of you guys answer. Mel, I want to hear your answer, and then I'll tell you why all of y'all are wrong.
Patrick Mahomes don't count in this because he's already on the team. So
I'm gonna go a different route, right? And I'm gonna take the long route to get to there.
Please don't say that. No, I'm joking.
Yeah. I think Deshaun got a lot to deal with. I think no people in Cleveland is gonna be on his head real bad every game, and it might mentally take a toll on him.
Get Baker Mayfield the hell up out of there. They don't even care.
Yeah, it might be that. it might be that too. But he gonna get a lot of boos. He gonna have to deal with that. I think he'll have a decent season. I think Russ will have a decent enough season, but he left from throwing to Lockett and Metcalf, someone he had a lot of chemistry with, to going out there and losing Fant, which was probably a tight end that was about to be in the top 5 tight end discussions if he kept going. You lose him, and you only got Sutton and Jerry Jeudy, who he get hurt every season. I don't know how are we gonna have him the whole season.
Sutton gets hurt a lot. Yeah,
it's gonna be tough. And I think they had Melvin Gordon last year. They lose Melvin Gordon. They did have a rookie from Carolina. He was decent. We'll see how they go. So I don't think it's so promising in Denver. So here's the shocker. You got a running back that was in the MVP discussion last year with an O-line is crazy, defense good, a really good coach, and a vet quarterback who ain't gonna go out there and just be butt cheeks, right? And if Phillip Rivers could win 10 games with this team, I think Matt Ryan could. I think Matt Ryan is going to have the most success out of all those quarterbacks next season.
He doesn't. He's not going to put up no crazy numbers though.
Guess what, Melvin?
He ain't gonna have to.
Guess what? You're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. And that was my answer. That was my answer. My reasoning was a little different, but that was my answer. You got Deshaun Watson, who's going to have to play in a division with the AFC champions and a resurgent Lamar Jackson with those 900 running backs that were hurt last year and the 2 receivers that was hurt and the defense that was hurt. So the Ravens are coming.
Yeah.
And then you go to the AFC Wild Wild West. 1 week you got to play against the Kansas City Chiefs.
Ain't nobody scared of them.
The next week you got to play. You got to line up against Hunter Renfrow, Waller, and Adams.
That's tough.
And then the next week You gotta go play them boys from the Chargers.
Yeah.
And you got Bosa and daggone Khalil Mack coming at you.
Oh, it's tough. It's tough.
Man,
in that division, bro.
them Chargers made some moves, man.
It's wild
did.
out there. Now you just gave Pat Mahomes juju.
Yeah.
And all Juju got to do is be Sammy White. Be Sammy White. That's all you got to do.
So you just catch some slants and you good.
Catch 2 a game, you're good.
Yeah.
We don't need the dance. We don't need none of that.
Him and Jackson Mahomes gonna be together doing dances before the game.
Man, TikTok, the TikTok tandem is what they're gonna call themselves.
Yeah.
Leave that shit alone. We don't need none of that. But that's exactly why Russ will have a hard time going 500 in the division.
That quarterback group in the NFC West and the AFC West, man.
So both of them are disqualified. But when you talk about the Colts, the Titans, the daggone Jaguars, and Houston,
Matt Ryan about to eat that. He about to eat that.
Matt Ryan about to listen. They had the best running back, so that means that offensive line was decent. The last time Matt Ryan had an offensive line, he went to the Super Bowl.
It's true.
Yeah. And he ain't had a running back since what? Turner the Burner?
Man,
Devontae Foreman them was good. Freeman them was good.
Freeman, he had a couple coughing and sweet rolling in Atlanta while he was good.
But here's a shocker. The second answer is gonna be Mariota.
Nah, Atlanta they need too many pieces.
No, I'll tell you. But listen. Atlanta will finish second in their division. You got the dumpster fire that will be the Panthers.
Easy.
And then you got the Saints.
You know what? I
won't
want
looking more like the Aints.
Speaking of the Panthers, I want Julio to go down there and help the Panthers out and stay healthy, or go back to Atlanta.
He ain't gonna do it. But
he ain't gonna do that. Tom Brady calling for him, so he might do that.
Jesus Christ! but Tampa Tom them is gonna win that division, but Marcus Mariota could have Atlanta in second. That's a possibility.
I'm with you because
what I'm saying is,
think about it, who's the second best quarterback in that division? Is it Jameis or is it Mariota? Because we know it ain't in Carolina.
It depends on who they draft.
Okay.
Not Carolina. Carolina went with your boy. They said your boy is their quarterback.
Sam.
Sam.
No,
Sam
ain't gonna be the quarterback.
They said Sam is the man.
Sam ain't gonna be the quarterback.
What is Chris talking about? When was Ryan ever in the top 10 discussion?
I don't see why he shouldn't be.
Top 10, like in the league now, or top 10 overall?
Top 10 all
time. I think he's talking about all time.
No one ever confused Matt Ryan with being top 10 all time.
No.
And I'm a Matty Gates guy. I'm a Matty Gates guy.
He said he don't need to put up huge numbers either. Ryan has never had a defense like the coach, just like a good running game helps a quarterback. A great defense helps a quarterback.
Absolutely.
And he has that in the coach. Ryan will have the most success this year. I don't know who that Facebook user is, but yeah, you on the money with that. Yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Don't expect any of those quarterbacks to make a deep playoff run.
Somebody said Texans in the Super Bowl. Boy,
that must be Oliver. That must be O.
Texas.
As soon as Mariota hit Magic City, it's a wrap.
Catfish nothing.
Nah, Mariota is like an islander. He ain't really into that.
Yeah, he might like his coffee with a lot of cream in it.
Nah, my man said he calling on Roman Reigns to show him how to be the big dog.
Wait, who trying to get Cam? The Texans?
Why would they do that? Cam
Chris
who?
Call in. Cam Newton. Chris call in.
It's got to be Cam Akers. Ain't nobody-
Hey, he said top 10 quarterbacks named Matt.
I can think of 3 better right now. Nah, maybe not 3.
Matt Stafford.
Matt
So-
Stafford for sure.
Hey, so real quick, the quarterbacks we've been talking about. So Russell Wilson,
Oh,
Mariota.
Sport Cave made it last come. Okay, Gary. I'm sorry, Mike. Go ahead, Mike.
No, so the quarterbacks we've been talking about: Wilson, Mariota, Ryan, Watson, and was there one more?
Not just those 4. Who else going to a new team?
Oh, Drew Lock.
Well, we don't. He ain't
Stop
even.
it.
I
And
guess we
Tyrod
can
Taylor
talk about.
also stop it.
So
Tyrod
my,
Taylor, too.
We
My
can talk
question
about the
is-
Commanders, the Washington Commanders. Who they just?
Oh,
beat?
Carson Wentz.
that's right. There you go. Wentz.
Nope.
That's what I was thinking about.
Carson.
Stop it too.
So let me ask you this: how would you rank them if you was to rank them 1 through 5? Like 1 being having the most success, 5 the worst. How would you rank them?
Those quarterbacks
Yes,
as
the ones we just named.
including their
Deshaun
career and everything.
No,
No,
talking about
just
next
for-
season. For next season.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, next season.
Oh, Wentz is last.
Yes.
Drew
Drew Lock would be next to last. And now we can get to
Drew Lock ain't on the list. Lock not on the list. Wentz is last.
So Wilson, Mariota, Ryan, Watson, and Wentz. Those are the names. I'm just putting the names out there.
I'm putting Drew Lock ahead of Wentz.
So Wentz and Drew Lock will be your 5th core.
Yeah. Wentz would be my 10th. Because Tyrod
5th.
Taylor gonna have
He said
Tyrod
5. He
Taylor
said
gonna have a
5.
better-
He said
Tyrod-
5 quarterbacks.
Tyrod
Corey.
Taylor gonna have a better year
Corey.
than him.
5 quarterbacks. 5
Hey,
quarterbacks.
listen, no, Corey, right? Corey said, listen, there's some people that's on the move that's
No.
still gonna do better than Carson Wentz that you
No.
don't even know.
No.
It's some
Wait,
punters.
wait,
It's
It'll
some
be-
punters
Y'all don't.
It'll be some
Y'all
mid-season.
don't believe
It'll
in
be a
Wentz down there.
mid-season trade that happens that the quarterback will do better.
Wait, y'all think Tyler Heineke is better than Wentz?
Yes.
You think Wentz can't
Wait,
go
what?
down there and do
And
at
lose
least what
lose the
Heineke
job. Yes.
Damn.
Wentz actually played decent with the Colts.
I'm not gonna say all that.
Heineke is a scrappy dude. He is going to go
He
out
is.
there. He's gonna put his life on the line. He's gonna do it all, right? Wentz
Yeah.
ain't about that life, man.
Yeah. I heard Wentz was trying to baptize people in the ice bath.
Might be.
Hey, so the ones that matter, man, it's gonna be Ryan, Mariota, Watson, Wilson, Wentz, and Lock. Somewhere that doesn't matter. In that order of success, the first year.
Yes, I did. Yes, I just did.
Mike, to answer your question, I'm gonna go with 5.
None of them.
Man, it's tough, man, because I really so bad want to believe that Mariota can revive his career in Atlanta. I just don't think they got what they need down in Atlanta to help him out. But
they can help him in the draft, but
They got the gap. They got Pitts.
but Calvin Ridley out for he's suspended.
Man,
Yeah.
listen.
Russell
Mariota
Gage
the Pitts.
gone.
You're gonna hear that a lot, bro.
I think so. Yeah, this is the best way they can help Mariota out. Don't bring in a backup and just let him play the whole. Yeah, let him play the whole season. Just say, "Hey, man, we go win and lose with you," and just don't give him no pressure and let him go do what he do, man. Let him run. Let him do everything.
I
That's what they.
I still think Mariota is better than Ryan Tannehill.
I do too. But
I
Tannehill
do
is
too.
exactly what they needed in Tennessee, though.
Oh
Man.
yeah, and he's on the list of people who will start week 1 and will not start week 17.
Hey, good luck with that. Who they got? They didn't bring no backup in.
It don't matter that they probably make a play for
Just put Derrick Henry in the Wildcat the whole game and just let him go to work.
So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go Wentz at 5. I'm gonna go Mariota at 4. I'm gonna go. I'm going to go Russ.
Ooh.
And then
Russ.
Deshaun at 2 and Matt Ryan at 1.
I got the same list. I'm just flipping Watson, and Ryan. That's it. So I'm gonna flip 1 and 2.
Yeah, I still think Wilson is gonna edge out Watson, but then I have Ryan third, Mariota fourth, and Wentz fifth.
Y'all, what y'all got to remember, man. It's things that y'all haven't taken into consideration, right? Nah, real talk,
Okay.
man.
Dude, we thinking we're talking about 3 teams that are potentially going to be playoff teams.
Now hold on. Listen to what I gotta say. One, you gotta remember who's in their division, who they gotta play twice.
Mm-hmm.
2, you gotta take into consideration where did they finish, like last year. So someone playing a last place schedule will have an easier time than someone playing a second place schedule.
Okay.
My bad, Jay. I'm reading Chris's comment. Just
Yeah, me too.
Get him, Chris.
Chris,
I publicly apologize for that.
I didn't disrespect him.
I can't believe you put my name on the list, and I publicly apologize to you about that.
Nah, I didn't disrespect him. They was calling that man Pat Stafford.
And I told him Matt Stafford.
No, they was calling him Stat Pafford is what they was calling him. That's calling that man Stat Pafford.
He just got that money. Now he gonna be Matt Glassford again. What?
Denver, yeah. Listen, and going through Kansas City. Oh, listen, your boy left Seattle to come to the AFC West and finish last. He will finish in 4th place.
We'll
I don't
see,
think
man.
so. Denver's defense is stacked. Russ ain't gonna have to do a lot, man. Russ gonna be handing the ball off a whole lot.
Listen, man, their defense ain't as good as you think it is.
Okay.
I watched them. They're in my division.
I know you do.
Out of all the moves that was made, as a Chiefs fan, I'm more interested in watching what the Chargers do.
Agreed.
We'll still win the division. They ain't got enough. No one has enough.
So you think the Chargers just boosted themselves into a playoff team?
They did.
Because the Chargers going to charge it up. They're gonna do something. Like I still think that the Raiders will be in the playoffs.
That is a really, really tough division, man.
It is.
Remember, we was one bad call away from the Chargers head coach from the Chargers being in the playoffs, and we don't know what they would have done in the playoffs when they got in there. They could have been the Bengals, and it was just dumb.
Again, that's why I said the Chargers are going to charge it up. My man's legacy is, if you're looking for somebody to do something stupid, I'm your guy. and in his post-game conference, he said, that's the way that we're going to coach it here. I said, boy, he don't want their job long.
Hey, somebody said they stay hurt in Denver, man. What Chris say? He said when I called a couple years ago, Dino was on the phone, and y'all said Matt Stafford was not a top 10 quarterback. Y'all laughed at me, made sound effects, and I never got We did make some sound effects. First of all, I kind of remember that, but I think I was on your side, Chris. Prove that I wasn't on your side, because I don't think I ever said that.
It was hard. It was hard. I remember the conversation.
No, there was only one person on his side, and that was me. And I was like, he's barely top 10.
It was hard to put Matthew Stafford on the list as a top 10 quarterback when he was in Detroit. But now, no, it's not.
Send him a Stafford poster. It's not, bud. I guess we owe somebody a DK Metcalf, and we owe Mike a DK Metcalf jersey, and we owe Chris a Stafford poster, man. You gonna have to prove it to me. You gonna have to find the exact same episode. All right, so let's move here, y'all. Another offseason move or lack thereof by Green Bay, and I just gotta ask y'all: did they pay the wrong guy? Should they have paid Adams instead of A-Rod?
No, they paid the right guy,
Yeah,
but they should have paid the other guy.
yeah, they paid the right guy too much money, in my opinion. But
I
Well,
don't think it's about pay. I think they didn't take care of the right guy.
word on the streets is that Green Bay offered him more money than Vegas did.
Yeah, after the damage was done.
That's what I'm
But
saying. They
what
didn't take
damage?
care of the right guy.
But what damage was done?
By you giving the quarterback all of that money and then trying to franchise tag him, basically sending him the message that, hey, we prioritized the QB, gave him a buttload of money, and it's your turn to get paid. However, we want you to play on the franchise tag.
They couldn't have franchise tagged him because if they franchise tagged him, he'd still be on the roster.
No, that's what I'm saying.
But you had to sign the franchise.
He said it wasn't. Yeah, he said he wasn't going to play on the franchise.
I don't.
He said,
I don't. His franchise tag money would have been $23 million.
So guys, here's the problem.
Not what he wanted.
The damage was done last year when they went through the whole season and didn't attempt to extend or sign him through the whole season. That's where the damage was done. They didn't take care of the right guy. They were so worried about what's Aaron going to do because their play in their mind was is if A-Rod didn't come back, then they was going to blow it up anyway. So Adams was going to be collateral damage. What they should have done is said, hey, we're going to commit to Adams and we want A-Rod back.
Wasn't Carr his quarterback at Fresno?
Yeah, and roommate. And has been his best friend their whole adult lives.
Oh, yeah. Green Bay didn't stand a chance.
Or they did. He wanted to play with A-Rod. Who don't want to play with A-Rod, especially when you already got a chemistry.
They offered him more money in Green Bay. He had his opportunity to play with A-Rod, and he still chose Derek Carr.
After the damage was done, you can't disrespect. Same thing with Ben Simmons. You're not gonna disrespect me and then think I'm gonna go come back in there and be like, "Hey, bro, yeah, and hell nah." They offered him. They said we're gonna franchise tag you and get this dude $50 million a year for 4 years at the age of 1,000. And here it is, you as a receiver who is the best receiver in the league, probably didn't have the season that Kupp had, but we know he's at least equal or better than Kupp. And you're not going to make me the highest paid receiver in the league. You're going to make A-Rod the highest paid quarterback in the league. Well, and I'm in my prime, and it's my time, and I haven't got paid yet by the Packers. You haven't gave me my big contract yet, right? And you gonna try to franchise tag me? No, ain't no way.
The franchise tag for him was $23 million. That still would have made him the highest paid receiver in the NFL.
1 year, Corey. 1 year.
Right. So, but then they turned around and offered him a contract that was bigger than what Vegas
after the damage was done. Yeah, I done already made my phone calls by then, Corey.
The phone call was already made.
My phone calls by then.
The phone call was already made. I promise you that he thought in Devontae Adams' mind, I'm gone anyway because A-Rod ain't gonna be here no way.
Hold on, real quick. Teams that take Baker Mayfield before they take Love.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know.
I can't do my man like that, man. I can't do him like that.
I like Love's potential better than I like Baker Mayfield.
You seen Love in one game.
I don't even understand that. I don't even understand that Green Bay holding out to see what team's going to ask for Love around the trade deadline. What? First of all, football teams don't make that many trades for quarterbacks that they plan on starting at the deadline.
That's damn weak. That's like the season. The playoff push is already over.
Yeah,
you got to put it back by then. You ain't going to the playoffs.
Yeah, and when there's only 17 games in the season, and you wait until the deadline to see, we might be able to make a playoff. It's too late already. If you ain't already rocking and rolling by the deadline, it's too late. There's no quarterback you can get for a decent price that's gonna come in and learn the playbook and have you rocking and rolling for the playoffs. It's not.
Yeah, that's what
So
the trade deadline in the NFL is usually for a key defensive piece or a slot receiver. If it ain't that, if it ain't that, man, keep what you got.
love, man, hate, love, hate. Mike, did they pay the wrong guy?
Like you can't. It's the headline would be horrible if they said, you know, we paid the receiver all this money, but we're not going to pay Aaron Rodgers to stay in Green Bay. You see what I'm saying? Like I kind of feel like Green Bay, the management, they was kind of like, what are they going to do without Aaron Rodgers at this point? You know, he literally has put the teams on his back. What the last 4 years?
Very
Yeah.
weak
With the
back.
help of the receiver, of course. But
Very weak back.
yeah,
Ain't made it to the Super Bowl yet.
See, I'm
oh,
concerned.
don't
I'm
get me wrong. I'm
concerned.
not an Aaron Rodgers fan, but like they wouldn't be anywhere without him at this point.
So
like,
let me say this. Let me say this. I'm concerned with pro sports management and coaches and front offices if they have any people skills, because I'm thinking in my head, if you got your two best guys on the team and they both need contracts right now and you want to keep both of them, is it out of order to pull both of them in the office and say, look, this is what we're trying to do? Or are they just talking to the agents and they're not even talking to the players?
I think it's more the agent thing. The agent playing that middleman thing right there.
If
Nah,
the player is willing to go in there and talk to him.
What if the relationship between Aaron Rodgers and Adams was strained, that Adams didn't want to play with him no more? Like, what if that whole time Aaron Rodgers was taking that sabbatical, he wasn't even telling his receiver what he wanted to do, and Adams said, "You going into business for yourself, now I need to go into business for mine."
I don't think that happened. I don't think it happened during the season. I think it really
No.
came down.
I'm saying during the sabbatical, like remember after the season, he said he was going to take some time or whatever. The reports from Adams is he didn't speak to Aaron Rodgers at all. He found out when everybody else found out he was coming back to Green Bay.
Yeah, but he also said because he was gonna hold out as well. But then he said it's a contract year for me. I need my money. So he was like, I love 12, but I got to do what I got to do for my family. So he went on and played. So that was the first thing. And he said the same thing again with this one when he was like, I love 12. This ain't got nothing to do with him. But how the hell you pay? It's my turn to get paid. He said that publicly. So he told you, he narrated the whole situation. We ain't got to do no guesswork. He narrated.
No, they didn't pay the wrong guy because they was after, as you kept saying, after the damage was done, they was willing to pay both guys. So it wasn't that they didn't pay the wrong guy. The answer was that they never took care of the guy that they needed to take care of. They placated. They placated to the wrong guy.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. I think
so
that's
it wasn't about
answer.
pay.
Yeah. All right. Let's switch to basketball real quick. Oh, what's up, Jay? Oh no, you won that one. That Jay, that's your first one you won so far today. You got that one.
Are you crazy? I wanted to Sean Watson.
No, you didn't. You piggybacked off what I said.
I opened up. I piggybacked off what you said. Now you gave me the mic first, and I spoke.
He said, and he killed it.
What I said.
Oh, I thought you was talking about when we was talking about the quarterbacks, and we picked Ryan. Okay, I go. How about I watch the film tonight? I gotta go back and watch the tape. How about that?
Yeah, things losers say. All right, man, keep going. Keep it rolling.
All right, man. LA is like 10 games on the 500.
Next topic. I don't want to talk about this shit,
man. Yeah, but however, LeBron is leading the league in scoring. He's averaging 30. He might get the scoring title. He just broke Karl Malone's record. He's number 2 all time scoring. And so he's reaching some milestones within this hailstorm he's going through with the team.
So,
does this do anything for his legacy, negative or positive? Does this help or hurt LeBron this season?
I'll go first. All
right.
Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Who cares? Next topic.
You got to debate it.
It hurts. It hurts.
Okay. Wow.
He had this was his opportunity to show that he's the man. I can put a team on my back and we can do this thing. And hell no, it ain't even close. It's not. Sure, you're leading the league in scoring. Congratulations. You're leading the league in scoring on a team that's 10 games under 500.
Okay.
What does that mean? You're the best player on a sorry ass team.
Hey, who was the last person that was putting up like 30 on a bad team? You remember anything like that?
James Harden?
No, his teams was always competitive.
They were always
Rockets was
okay.
Yeah,
Number
Rockets was
24.
always
Okay.
Number 24.
Kobe?
Yeah.
In year 18, 19?
Yeah.
No, because his last couple of years he wasn't putting up huge numbers. I think
he
only
was
averaging
averaging over
23.
20, but not a ridiculous. He wasn't like no 26.
No. So remember, I want to say it was a couple years that they didn't make the playoffs before the Achilles joint, where he was still hooping. Just the team was trash. Like,
okay,
say,
after the Paul Gasol stuff, I'm trying to think who was on that roster. It might have been Terriau.
No, you
Are
way
you talking
up.
about like when Smush Parker and all them were like?
No.
That was before. That was before he got he went to 3 finals.
Because he went to the playoffs with Smush Parker.
Oh no, you're talking about when Nash and Howard and all them were there. Is that what you're talking about?
He talking about around that time. Yeah, he talking about around that time.
Okay.
Yep. I couldn't think of who was on the roster, but
because
you
know
Kobe. They didn't hit rock bottom until he got hurt, right?
They
the
underperformed.
Lakers was trash, but Kobe was still putting up monster numbers.
They wasn't trash. They underperformed because they brought in D'Antoni, Steve Nash, and Dwight.
No. What was the first name you said?
D'Antoni.
They was trash.
Okay.
they underperformed.
He's a trash coach.
But they made the
D'Antoni
playoffs.
needs young guys to run that offense, and all them
Nick
dudes
Young and Jeremy Lin. Yep.
Nick Young and Jeremy Lin. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
They might. He was there for 1 or 2 years of D'Angelo Russell because he the one who snitched on him. He had Randall. He had Larry Nance. He went through a lot. But see, this is the difference. This is the difference between the Lakers and Kobe and the Lakers and LeBron. When Kobe was with the Lakers, they made one attempt to bring him in and try to rebuild again around him because they built around him after Shaq. They bought Phil in. He got Gasol. They developed Bynum. They bought in Lamar Odom, Ron Artest. So they were successful in building around him with that. Once that championship ran out and Phil Jackson left, they tried one more time to kind of retool around Kobe with the Dwight Howard and Nash thing. That fell apart. Nash retired. D'Antoni got fired. Dwight Howard left after 1 year. So what they did was instead of us trying to bring in more help for Kobe, and we know he can't do it anymore, we're just going to give him the money he's helped us earn, and they gave him a fat contract, like a 2-year contract, to just suck. Like you want to suck? We're not bringing you no help in. We drafting young players. You're just going to be here making your money, and then you're going to go about your business in your final year with your farewell tale. So,
little known fact that during that time the Lakers had the highest paid concession workers because they weren't playing no basketball players.
but that's my thing. So Kobe got paid, and I didn't understand it. I was like, why would you give Kobe this much money, and you're not going to bring him no help? They had young players, D'Angelo Russell, Larry Nance, Julius Randle. They had those guys in there, and it was just sucking. And Kobe was hating life, had his farewell tour, and it was over. With LeBron, they realize he's 37 and he can't bring it no more, right? They need to blow it up and take the same model they used for Kobe, get rid of Anthony Davis, get rid of Russell Westbrook, keep paying LeBron because, hey, you're going to break Kareem's record in a Lakers jersey. You're going to have your farewell tour in a Lakers jersey. We're still going to make money and sell tickets because we're LA and you're LeBron. but we're not going to spend 44 million on you, 44 million on Westbrook, and 44 million on Anthony Davis so we can miss the daggone playoffs. We're not doing that.
But
So that's what they need to do.
So to answer your question, it helps his legacy.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm sure you would be interested in that. You guys are, you basketball takers, man, are clowns at best.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you why y'all clowns, man.
Okay.
Yeah, y'all clowns say something real dumb like this one player cannot let his team win against other teams. Yeah, we know who's on the roster. Your number two's hurt. There is no number three there. These are names you know, but all of them should have retired. I think half of them got drafted with Rasheed Wallace. He's been out the league 5 years. So again, this man is carrying a team. It's one versus all. So
you think?
As a Spurs fan, David Robinson had Vinny Del Negro and Avery Johnson and Vinny Del Negro.
Okay.
And them cats would go to the playoffs every year off the strength of David Robinson. But then when it was time to like play a whole team, they would lose. And then David Robinson he actually blew his back out from carrying a franchise for 10 years. And then they got Tim Duncan.
Right.
LeBron is carrying a team. This man putting up 40 a night, 33 a night, 34 a night. He's had 2 50-point games in the last 3 weeks. And you can say stat pad, you can call it what you want to, but the final scores be whoever the Lakers playing has at least 120. Like
Jay.
No. You can't guard 1 through 5 as one person.
You can't. But you have to guard. That's my whole point. When people say LeBron's carrying a team, they're ignoring one whole side of the basketball court, and they think just because.
I'm not saying
but look, Jay, he's taking the back door.
The team is bad. The team is bad, but the team is bad. He's playing good basketball though.
He's playing good basketball on one side of the floor.
That's the only side that matters. We talking about the NBA.
That's unfair.
No one else is playing defense.
That's unfair.
Name 5 people that's playing defense right now.
Jay, that's a good point. And the NBA don't have
they put 130. There is no way.
Hold on, let me finish this point, Jay.
The average.
Let me finish this point, Jay. You're right. There's not a lot of defense being played in the NBA. However, there's a difference between pedestrian defense and there's a difference between a player not putting in any effort and he's your star. Like this dude has literally missed a shot and didn't even get back on defense on several occasions that people keep pointing out and no one's talking about it. Like he's walking up the court in frustration and just quitting, walking to the sideline like what the heck. Every time he get beat, he look at a teammate and throw his hands up like you missed that assignment, but it's him. And not to mention the reason why they're so trash on defense is because they think that it's a good idea to play LeBron at the 5. Yeah, and they're only playing him at the 5 to help him out on offense because if he's playing 5, that means no one's in the paint. So you got 3 people around the 3-point line so he can have open lanes to drive. So we're sacrificing our whole defense for a player that's not playing defense, also he can get his points. That's why the Lakers.
Here's the thing. And we can be real. I played ball with you for many years.
Yes, sir. And I know you enjoyed every second of it.
Maybe not, but it's cool. What I'm saying is we've all not got back on defense. Several plays.
Jay,
and in a row. No.
Jay, this
Listen,
can't be your argument. This can't be your argument, Jay.
this is exactly my argument.
It's like, you remember that time in '96 when you didn't get back on defense?
Listen, there has been whole games where I went and told whoever you're gonna get offense or defense. I'm not running up and down this court.
Jay,
You choose which one you want.
Jay, this is what they call the white flag. You're waving it.
I'm not waving the white flag. Listen to me. Let me.
If this is your argument, that's the white flag.
No, I'm saying something to go into my point.
Okay.
It helps the man legacy because he's doing things that we haven't seen done at this level by a player this age in this sport. What I think what he's doing is the same thing about the monster numbers Tom Brady put up last year. Yeah, they didn't win the championship, but to be able to perform at a high level at a very high age in a competitive league is amazing. I don't care who's doing it.
Michael, real quick, let me let you get in here. And I just say this before you go. Do you think, to Jay's point, do you think any other 37-year-olds, if they said they're not going to play defense ever the whole season, do you think they could put up these numbers as well at 37?
If they could have done it, they'd have done it.
Nope, because last time I checked, the old guys that I know of, like MJ and Kobe, played both ends until they were done. LeBron hasn't been playing both ends.
Listen, if they could have had the foresight to do it, they'd have done it. You can't listen, man. Look, no, people, everybody say that you got to eat an ice cream sandwich sideways until they see you eat it from the top. You know what I'm saying? Until it's done, you can't say it ain't never been done before. You can actually take the ice cream sandwich apart. You don't have to eat the ice cream sandwich as a sandwich. Hey, Mike, I bet you wasn't ready for that one.
Mike.
hey, Melanie, he's flabbergasted. This is what you do.
Oh boy.
This is what you do.
Boy.
Well, let me jump in just real quick to answer the question, and I had to kind of think about this. Like, at the end of the day, I think it does hurt his legacy. Now, don't get me wrong. I think like breaking the all-time records and stuff, I think it's a great achievement. You can't take that away from anybody that breaks an all-time record at all. But when talking about this season, LeBron was the person that said at the beginning of the did Mel just time out?
No, his internet in and out, man, but we listening.
Okay. So LeBron was the person that said at the beginning of the season, y'all talking bad about my team, keep that same energy. So he was basically telling everybody, we going to come with it, regardless of how our team look and how old it is. That's coming to bite him in the ass now. On top of that, when you talk about, granted, AD is hurt, can't do nothing about that, but
sure you can get rid of AD because he's always hurt.
So, but my thing is, if I'm the opposing team and in my head, I'm like, shit, if we let LeBron get 50 and we still win the game, we cool. We're good with it because that's exactly what's been happening. He's been getting his numbers and everybody else getting shut down. Now, as a leader of the team, LeBron's got to look at it. Shit, like I'm putting up all these numbers, but we keep losing games. So something's got to change. You know, I got to be able to lead this team to where I can still be effective, but yet we can win these games. Now, granted, you can't fault him if motherfuckers is not putting the hoop in the ball. Like, you can't fault him, but at the same time, you might have to change your game to get guys in their positions to score. And just like Mel said, when you play in the 5, yeah, that might be cool on defense, but on offense, when you just got 4 dudes standing around because we got to open up the lane to let you do what you do, like you're hurting the team. You know, you got players like Malik Monk who could take it to the rack, damn near take it off the dribble on anybody, but he's got to play sideline to LeBron. You know, the whole offense caters to LeBron's play style. And I think he has to change that. He has to take a step back, even if they continue to lose at this point, but he's got to step back and try to get these guys to the forefront. Because everybody is so hell-bent on just watching him do what he does. it doesn't. They're not winning games. You see what I'm saying? Something has to change.
Yeah, but they're not gonna win games because they're not a good team.
I think.
But we're
explaining.
explaining to you why they're not a good team, though, Jay.
No. I've explained to you why they're not a good team because they're not a good team. Like they don't have a roster to be a good team against good teams.
What, Jay? What do you mean they don't have the roster?
They don't have the roster to be a good team against good teams.
Four top 75 players of all time.
That should have stopped playing 75 years ago. Listen,
a player that you said is in the GOAT combo.
Again, that doesn't matter. That none of that matters. It's what we're talking about now is what can you put on the floor right now. Hell, I can go get Dennis Rodman, Karl Malone, Dr. J, and Charles Barkley, and go get the doors ran out of me by Jackson Middle School because these old ass dudes can't move.
That's a bad argument, Jay, man.
That ain't a bad argument.
There's nothing wrong with his roster.
LeBron on defense.
I kind of agree with Jay because I never thought that the roster was going to be successful when they first put it together.
What we talking about is name recognition.
That's it.
Who was instrumental in putting this roster together? Who had say so and who came on this team?
Mitch Kupchak and Dr. Jenny Bless.
You don't think LeBron had anything to do with that?
LeBron had everything to do with this.
Listen, let's say LeBron had everything to do with it. Let's say LeBron had everything to do with it. As an owner of anything, if I'm a restaurant owner, it's my fault that I let the janitor tell me what to buy from the grocery store.
Nobody's disagreeing with that.
So whose fault it is
he's done that his
the front
whole
office.
career, though, Jay. This is his MO.
Allegedly.
This is his MO.
We have never sat in a meeting and watched LeBron call his shots.
Man, come on. We know LeBron put these teams together, bro.
Now, granted, with
and LeBron can decide when the coach stays and goes too.
Like, I think Schroeder is the only exception because Schroeder turned down the contract that the Lakers offered them. So they wouldn't have got Westbrook if he'd have took that contract, but he said no because he apparently thought he was worth $100 million, which was some bullshit. But at that,
is he still in the league? Is he hurt? What is he doing?
Still play for Boston, right?
No, he's in Houston now. Yeah.
Okay.
He gave
but at the end of the day, they turned down Buddy Hield for Westbrook.
And you would have too off of name recognition.
They turned down DeMar DeRozan for Westbrook as well.
And that was stupid.
But no, they turned down scores because LeBron wanted to make this run at these points.
Look, there's no rhyme or reason on why they picked Westbrook because here's the guy with the bigger contract. Here's the guy with the most flaws on offense and defense. But I think the thought process and what Rob Pelinka was on record saying is they got two older guys and they got an older guy, LeBron, and they got an injury-prone guy, AD. And they kind of felt like that they're going to miss some ball games. And I want a guy who can carry an offense in case AD or LeBron goes down. The issue they didn't foresee happening is, well, maybe they did foresee it. Westbrook don't miss games. He just don't. So him playing horrible, you can't even do nothing with it because you got to put him on that floor every time. You're paying him $44 million. And what they need now is Westbrook not to play.
Now, Westbrook is a damn one of those players that got to feel it. He's a groove player, right? And he really can't get in the groove because what he specialized in is LeBron's specialty, and he not better than LeBron.
Agreed.
No point guard can specialize in what they specialize on his team unless their specialty is shooting. If your specialty is creating and doing anything with the ball like Rondo was, you either going to learn how to play off the ball or you're going to get the scraps when LeBron say, I'm done, I'm going to the bench. That's what you're going to get. Right?
You basically need to be a spot-up shooter to coexist with LeBron.
Right. And everyone knows that, and that's why no one understood the Westbrook pickup. Why would you trade picks Kuzma, Montrezl Harrell, and whoever else, Caldwell Pope for Westbrook, and $44 million this year and $47 million next year. But just to get to the answer, so we can move on. I don't think it helps his legacy. Even getting the number 2 scoring all time doesn't help, because we all see how you're getting it. We respect what he's going to do with moving up the scoring list is going to be respected the same way as people respect Westbrook's triple doubles. When
You're
that's
the only person. Hold on. Now, see, I was going to let you finish, but I'm not. You're the only person that don't respect Westbrook triple doubles. Number one. Number two. Like y'all are. I said this earlier, and I'll reiterate. Y'all clowns. and here's the number one reason. When you speak of legacy, right?
Right.
Let's talk about legacy.
Right.
We would have to talk about somebody like Kareem's legacy, or Dr. J's legacy.
Okay.
Once time passes, where the legacy really has time to stand, you're not gonna care about how he did it. You can't tell me how Kareem got any points other than a skyhook. You don't know how many free throws he took.
I can't, because I wasn't watching. I wasn't watching his career. So you're absolutely right.
So again, hold on. Let me finish. And that's where legacy comes in. When we're analyzing people's legacy, it's usually long after they've stopped playing. So when the next generation comes in and says, "Hey, did you ever hear about LeBron?" They're going to go to the highlight reel, like they do to Michael Jordan, and go to the highlight reel, and they're going to go to the talking points. So
that's not an accurate statement, Jay, because LeBron made sure that we start counting his legacy right now.
No, it's a very accurate statement. So let me ask you right now. Let me ask you about Dak Prescott's legacy.
Okay, but Dak Prescott ain't running around calling himself the GOAT either, is he?
No, he's not. So Jay, you brought up a name.
You can't talk about legacy. You can't talk about legacy until it's done.
Hold on,
LeBron is making sure that you talk about his right now. He's the self-proclaimed.
No, he's talking about his right now.
Yeah, so everybody else is.
No, everybody else is, because y'all ain't got nothing better to do.
Come on, man.
Look, like if you had something better to do, you would do it.
You triggered.
Only legends.
You triggered.
Oh, who's triggered?
I think the biggest difference, though, you brought up Wilt.
I would rather talk about Coach K's legacy. I'm not triggered. I don't give a shit about LeBron's legacy. His legacy to me is a man who held on to hair 10 years too long.
If you don't care about his legacy, let me finish my thought.
Sure, but you can't do. Hold on. You can finish your thought, but what you was trying to do is say you actually said the same way that Russell Westbrook got a triple. Like, you're the one that don't care about triple doubles by your post. There was about half people who said that triple doubles were more important than the 40, 50, 90 stat.
Actually, right now it's about 35 to 28 for the triple double not being the most prestigious. But anyway,
so 35 to 28. If we're rounding 35 and 28, we round them both to around 30.
Boy, you crazy. Look. So you made a point about Kareem being number one, and you kind of juxtaposed that with LeBron's legacy. And when people look later down the line that didn't live through LeBron's career, they're going to see that he's number one on the list, and that's going to reflect positive on his legacy. I agree, but this is the point where I disagree. What did being number one for so many years do for Kareem and his legacy? If he was number two or number three, he would have had the same legacy, because he won 6 rings. He won 3 straight NCAA titles at UCLA. He won in high school. His legacy was going to be the same exact thing, whether he was number one on the scoring list or not. So the reason why I'm saying it's not helping him to try to get that number one is because we're all watching how you're doing it. If MJ would have said, I got 6 rings. Now I want Kareem's record, and he would have played 21 years, then he would be up there. But we still look at MJ the same exact way because we know he was a cold scorer. And we know LeBron is not a cold scorer. So being number 1 ain't going to change no one's mind. We know you played 20 years purposely to get that number 1.
No one who's watching now. Again, legacies are defined. Your legacy, by definition, is what people say about you when you're no longer around.
Right, but who looked at the number 1 list and said, "Oh, Kareem's a better scorer than MJ"? Who did that?
Nobody.
Who looked at the list at number 2 and said Karl Malone is a better scorer than MJ?
Nobody.
Who looked at it and said Karl Malone is a better scorer than Wilt? Nobody. But
people looked at it. People looked at it and said Karl Malone was a prolific scorer.
Sure, but
he wasn't, in my opinion.
No, they got that from watching him play. I got that from watching him play. He can hit jump shots all over the floor. And
I have never thought that LeBron was a prolific scorer, though. Because he's not.
No, and that's not going to change. That's what I'm saying.
You don't get on the scoring list at all without being a prolific scorer.
That's not true.
That is true.
LeBron is on that list because he's played for 20 seasons.
No, he's averaged 25 a season for 20 seasons.
25 points a game is mid-level scoring in an NBA career.
25. So name 25 people who scored 25 points in a career.
All you gotta do is look on the list.
Hello.
Hey, I got it.
Money said she wanted something.
Because LeBron has played longer than all of them. That's it.
And then I was gonna wait till Ari got home to make us something.
That's actually not true.
Yes.
That's actually not true, and I'll tell you why in a second.
Okay.
I'll tell you why in a second.
Jordan is third on that list, right?
That chicken patty with the rice.
Jordan is third on that list, right?
I tried to get money that she said she didn't want, but I say the chicken patty.
Jordan is fifth on that list. Jordan played 13 years. That means that son was scoring a whole lot of points.
Facts.
A lot.
Well, no, I won't give rice.
LeBron is going to surpass the list in his 21st season. What does that mean? He was average his whole career.
Money hungry game, but
also not true.
I'll give you the list real quick of the top 10 scorers, like all-time leading.
Everybody like that broccoli soup too.
Kareem, LeBron, Karl Malone, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, Dirk Nowitzki at 6, Wilt 7, Shaquille at 8, Carmelo Anthony at 9, and Moses Malone at 10.
And them cats played for a long time.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at the years right now. Give me a second.
All of them played for. I know Dirk played for 20 seasons.
Yeah.
Kobe played for 18.
Maybe 19. He might have played for 19. Dirk. Listen, everybody that's at number 1 and number 2 and everything played at least 18 seasons.
They're the only one that's not on that list. The one that didn't play for a long time is Jordan.
What's up, Jay? Yeah, and Wilt too.
Wilt didn't play for a long time. Mel. How long did Wilt play, Mike?
That's what I'm looking at now.
Year 19 for LeBron. Yeah. Hey, Corey Wilt played about 13, 14 seasons. Jordan played 15. Okay. Go ahead, Jay.
Mel, we supposed to be able to hear him?
Wilt played 14 years from looking at this, right?
14. Yeah. So Wilt, well, listen.
Hold on, Jay. Y'all can't hear Jay?
No, we cannot.
No.
Wait.
I didn't even know you was having a conversation like that.
Hold on. I hope my let me check something real quick.
Okay.
Oh man, I was on my web.
Listen,
all right,
Mike, like to be honest, all of these people, in my opinion, all of these people are just holding down the spot until Steph Curry take them off.
LeBron was never a prolific scorer. He scored more points than Kobe, who you said was a prolific scorer, in less seasons. He scored more points in less games than Karl Malone. So
Can he start from the beginning? We only got like midway of what he was saying.
Yeah, I don't really know what he was saying.
Could you start from the beginning? We only caught like the midway point of what you were saying, man.
Okay, so what I said is LeBron's number 2 on the all-time scoring list.
Right.
Y'all said that Kobe is a prolific scorer.
Mm-hmm.
We lost it. We can't hear him. We can't hear you either, Mel.
Can't hear you either.
I was on mute.
Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all said that.
Okay, I can hear you now.
LeBron has scored more points in less seasons than Kobe Bryant.
Okay.
So if Kobe is prolific and LeBron did more in less time, then by definition that's prolific also. Let's
you know what? Let's define prolific. I mean, what are we trying to say? So what?
If you score 25 points a game for 20 years, that's prolific.
Well, I don't know what the definition of prolific is, but let me say this: Kobe Bryant is a natural scorer, and he's a complete scorer. That's what I mean by when I say prolific scorer. Are you natural at it, and are you complete at it? LeBron is dominant at it. He's a dominant scorer, and there's nothing wrong with being dominant. Shaq was dominant. Hakeem was prolific. He was natural, and he was also complete.
If the name of the game is putting the ball in the hole, whoever puts the ball in the hole the most, I don't care where you do it from, means you're better at doing it.
Jay, I'm not disagreeing with that. All I'm saying is if we're going to put a title on it, make it accurate. And Kobe is a complete offensive player. LeBron is dominant.
Really even play like that for 3 seasons. Also.
LeBron is dominant, but he's not complete as an offensive player. That's just truth. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. You can.
So again, my whole point was if you can't say that someone like being a complete offensive player. Sure, I can go with that. That's fine. But when we're talking about putting the ball in the basket, wherever you put it in the basket from, like that's what the game is about.
Okay, Jay, part of the game is free throws. You got MJ, Kobe, and LeBron on the line. They getting 25 free throws this game. Who gonna make most of them?
I don't know.
It's easily gonna be MJ and Kobe. LeBron's not gonna knock down most of them, right? That's part of scoring. If I get
so hold on, but wait a minute. Who like? How many points has LeBron scored for the free throw?
Jay, this is a circle we don't have to go in. We both know that LeBron has holes in his game as a scorer, and it's okay. That's fine.
We're not talking about holes in games, bro.
Yeah, but when I say complete scorer, that's what I mean. That's what complete means.
Listen to me. What you guys try to do is negate accomplishments to prove a point.
No, we're not. No.
If everybody played the game of basketball, and you so the argument about how does LeBron have more points than Jordan is he played longer. Well, then he got more points than Kobe. He didn't play longer than Kobe.
Jay, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
And let's just be honest, right? Do you really think? First, the first question. Let me ask it, and then let me make a statement, and then you answer the question. All right.
Yes.
So the question is, do you think that because LeBron played or scored more points than Kobe in less years is because he's a better scorer than Kobe, right? And the statement I want to make is, please don't forget that Kobe came in and played 3 years under Dale Harris, who would not play him in front of Van Nelson and Eddie Jones. So he had 3 years of averaging 11 points, 12 points, 13 points, whatever it was, and until he became a full-fledged starter under Phil Jackson, and then he blossomed out, right? So he had 3 years on top of Achilles year. So that's 4 years out of the way that he wasn't scoring buckets. So are you really going to say that LeBron scoring more than Kobe in less years is about him being a better scorer, or does it have something to do with the fact that Kobe didn't even play 4 years for about 4 seasons?
Hey, real quick, while he's thinking about that, I just want to say there's only 8 players who have played over 20 seasons in the NBA. Kareem, Kobe, Jamal Crawford, Robert Parrish, Kevin Willis, Kevin Garnett, Dirk Nowitzki, and Vince Carter. And like Carmelo, LeBron, they're the only 2 that are about to hit 20 seasons next year. I just want to throw that in there.
Yeah. And John Stockton is where he played 19.
That's a whole naval career.
Yeah. So if you look at the people that's at the top of the scoring list and what all the stats, Stockton got steals and assists. He played 19 years. Kareem has points. He played 20 years.
20, yeah.
Wilt got rebounds. He only played 14 years. I don't know who got blocks. Right.
Let me hold up.
So pretty much, if you want the top record, you have to play 20 years.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. You got to play at least 20 years.
But what I'm saying is, outside of that, you gotta respect the longevity of doing anything at a high level.
Yeah, but I do though, Jay. That's the thing. Like I'm respecting him. What I was trying to say before you wouldn't let me finish. What I was trying to say is that whatever he did in this season doesn't help his legacy. Winning would have helped it, but playing long so you can get a record doesn't change anyone's mind about you as a scorer. We're still gonna think that no one scored the ball like Wilt, MJ, Kobe, and KD. We're still gonna think those are the best scorers.
So hold on, which one of them, like which one of them are first in your mind?
As a scorer?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's tough.
It's only tough because you know the answer.
It's hard not to pick KD.
I
think
Kobe
and MJ.
Score.
You think it's KD?
Yeah.
Yeah, KD, Kobe, MJ. They all got a claim. And before you know it, Kyrie gonna be in that conversation.
What's call's in there too? Steph. Bro, he scores buckets. Listen,
does.
Ain't nobody doing nothing but holding the spot till Curry take all these records anyway.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and finish it real quick. We got 2 more that we're gonna have to get out of the way real quick.
I just wanted to say that Elijah Wan owns the career blocks at 18 years.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, everybody's playing at least 18 years to get those records at the top. You gotta play at least 18 years. I'm not gonna do we go skip a topic. I'll save it for next time, but I did want to get y'all opinion on the swimmer that's been in the news a lot. It's been a hot topic, man. So Leah Thomas is a transitioning. Well, I think he's already transitioned from male to female, and he was a average to below average swimmer as a male.
Male,
456, something like that.
Male.
Okay.
I'm about to put it in the group chat now. If you could put it on the screen, put this on the screen. I just took this photo.
Okay.
And it just shows you like what this dude did. I just put it in the group chat right now.
Who are we talking about?
The swimmer.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I just put it in the group chat.
Okay. Jay back on the line. So but yeah, so Liz.
I hung up on me because I was right.
No, I know it won't hang on you. But so Leah Thomas, a male that transitioned to female, below average swimmer as a male, but getting number 1 finishes and breaking, I don't know if she's breaking any records, but she's definitely dominating the competition right now as a female.
He beat 2 Olympic swimmers.
Okay. Well, you gotta call her. You gotta call her she.
Why?
She because she's transitioned. That's what she wants to be called. So,
she still has a penis.
A doctor has said she's transitioned. The NCAA has said she's transitioned, and we would be in the wrong if we didn't honor that, even if we don't agree with it, right?
Okay.
So I would at least call her by her proper pronoun, but
William,
she transitioned, and now she's dominating the competition, and a lot of people are in a disagreement with it and don't think that trans female athletes should be competing against cisgender women.
It's not fair.
What do y'all say to that?
It's not fair.
I agree.
Okay.
It's not fair.
It's not fair. So here's my thing, right? So LeBron, how old is LeBron right now?
37, I believe.
37, right? So if LeBron wakes up tomorrow and says that he now wants to be known as LeBronetta,
right,
and he goes to a doctor, and the doctor says he is transitioned, right, and he goes to the WNBA and just run shit for another 10 years.
First of all, LeBron wouldn't do that because if he cashed one of them WNBA checks, he'd probably have a meltdown.
That would probably be his.
That's E5. That's E5.
His beer money. Yes, it's probably his beer money. Probably the money that he spends on cigars every month is WNBA.
That's E5 pay. Brittany Griner couldn't even wait to get to the state to buy her weed. So they ain't making no money.
Right. So, but with that logic, that's fair. Kevin Durant decides he wants to be Kevinette Durant now. And goes to the WNBA and just starts cooking, right?
Right.
Just tearing these girls up.
Right.
With this logic, that's fair.
Correct.
That's bullshit.
Well, I wouldn't say fair. I would say it's legal.
It's logical.
And it's legal.
This is okay.
And it's acceptable. Yes, it's acceptable.
Yes.
Now, personally, I wouldn't. If I had a vote, I would vote no. That you can't, because this is how I look at it, and I could be wrong. I'm not saying this because I've researched this. I'm saying just on the surface, I'm looking at a man that's probably already past puberty. He's probably 19, 20, whatever. He's in college, right? So you've had testosterone working on your side for at least 18 years to build muscle that a female that's born female has not had testosterone help him build their muscle, right? No, it doesn't matter if you're taking hormone pills now or estrogen pills now or testosterone blockers now. Testosterone has worked on your behalf for 18 years. Your muscles are bigger than mine if I'm a female. Your muscles taking more oxygen, which is very important for a swimmer, yeah, I get it that you're trying to get your levels to the same as a female, but you still got parts and muscles on you that no one else has. What locker room
does he change in with a penis?
Well, I don't know if I don't know if she has one though. She might
does.
Not have one.
She does.
Is that a fact?
It is a fact. It hasn't been removed.
Jay, let me get you in here.
I didn't know if Jay was talking or not. I thought I could hear, but.
Yeah, so here's the thing, guys. So to be fair, she finished 8th in a race after she won the natty in one particular swimming event. She had another event and finished 8th.
That's smart. That's smart PR.
Absolutely.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. But this is what I'll say, and you guys can agree or disagree. So let's say that because it's becoming more prevalent that these transgender women want to compete.
Right.
Not in the great state of Texas.
I don't think that they should have to compete against men, and I don't think that it's fair that they're competing against cis women. So I think you make a division for them to compete by themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
and just have a natty championship for so just like you got NCAA men's basketball, NCAA women's basketball, NCAA basketball,
right?
And for the transition ones, and in every sport, get that profit. I don't think that's singling them out or making them feel inclusive or whatever. Because if the sport was MMA or boxing, we would clearly say real quick, like, hold on, man, you don't want your daughter getting beat up by.
Yeah,
but and they tried it the other way too. They tried a woman going to man who transitioned to man, tried to fight natural born men, and it didn't go well.
Yeah, that ain't gonna go well. That ain't gonna end well. There's
a difference. In the race that she won the national championship in, right? I was just reading some comments on a social media site, and there were some people on there, and these were females, right? And they were like, I don't understand what the problem with this is. And I was like, look, man, the female world record for the 500-yard swim, whatever, 500 meter, 500-yard swim, whatever it was, is like 4 minutes and 27 seconds. The world record for a male is 4:07. There is a significant difference between a male and a female. There is. We're built different. And for you to have a male that is barely holding on to a scholarship as a swimmer on a swim team, transition over to the women's swim team, right, and dominate, that is not fair. I don't care how you try to twist it. I don't care what you say. Your birth certificate says William. Just because now you identify yourself as Leah, you are still William. Period. That is the end of the story. You compete against other Williams. Period. That's the end of it.
Mike, what's your thoughts?
Like, I agree that it's definitely not fair. We were talking about this at work the other day, and one of my coworkers, and I kind of agree, they said either one of two extremes is going to happen. Either, like Jay said, you create own league of all trans individuals, have them compete for whatever sports they get enough interest in, because obviously you're not going to be able to fill every single sport with trans athletes like that. Or you completely take out the gender of all sports and just let men and women compete together in all sports.
I like that one.
But that's what he said. It's going to be one or two extremes is going to happen.
I like that, and it's gonna be cool until Layla Ali get her daggone eye socket knocked out by freaking Conor McGregor or somebody like that.
Joe the plumber. It just would be a regular guy.
Yeah, it'd be Corey get in there with them titties and then pop, but right on the daggone ground, man.
Listen, man. Listen. Let's say Michael Phelps, between the 2008 and 2012 Olympics, identified himself as a woman and then wanted to compete against women in the Olympics. Would that be allowed?
Oh, I mean, if he go through the proper,
hell no, it wouldn't be allowed, because they like, you dominating the men already. The hell we're gonna put you with slower competition for?
Hey, it's just the climate, man. I mean, you got to think about Caitlyn Jenner was a woman for 6 months and won Woman of the Year.
Listen. When okay, so this was another question that was brought up. When does this start to violate women's rights?
That's a good question.
I think, honestly, like feminists and a lot of women, I think they were totally fine with, people wanting to transition and live their best life. I think all of us are to a point, if you want to transition and be this, do you, But I think it became a problem when these trans individuals started taking awards and accolades that were designated for biological women. Woman of the Year. We gave it to what's her name? Jenner.
Caitlyn.
Jenner.
Another one just won. Another transgender just won too.
But if now it begs the question, to his point, to Corey's point, is like, are we doing this just because we're catering and we're coddling to this generation of people? You see what I'm saying? Or are we doing it because we really think that this person is deserving of this award?
Mike, I'm gonna take it one step further, and I may be way off, right? I may be way off, but let's say this. Let's say we come into a locker room, right? Let's say on the swim team, the coaches bring you in the locker room. Or they like, you're not cutting it, man. You're not cutting it at all. You are like the 5th, 6th, 7th best swimmer on this team. I got kids in high school that are better than you. Like, man, it might be time for you to seek a scholarship elsewhere, right? And then you're like, okay, how can I still stay on this swim team, right, and compete? Well, if you just identify yourself as a woman, right, and compete against the women, then you'll be all right.
But that's a lot. That's a lot to go through.
Prove it wrong,
Jay. No, Jay, you're right. It is a lot.
They have to go through. There are rules that they have to go through before they can even begin to compete in in another gender sport.
Okay, but check this out though. You have to. There's certain levels or whatever that you have to do. I mean, the only thing that's gonna keep this dude from being a woman is him taking these pills. He can get out of college and stop taking them and be like, "Yeah, I just pulled the biggest one of all time."
No, that's some psych evals and stuff that goes on.
It's some psych evals anyway.
So listen, guys. To answer the first question about how did 2 trans women become female of the year in such a short time, some people would say that men are so dominant that they're even better at being women.
Boy, you so stupid.
Okay.
What Jay? But Jay, you know something. Jay, the last thing I say before we end it. Look, Jay, the last thing I say. Look, the last thing I say, Jay. But no, you own something because this was initiated by the feminist movement, and it's turning into this, and I can see in the future. Right now, it's one dude that's dominating women swimming, or one trans woman dominating women swimming. But imagine if more people started doing this, and not only is getting dominated, the whole team is now trans women, and cis women can't even compete for a scholarship no more. Imagine having 10 trans women on this squad, and your daughter, my daughter, your daughter all swim and want a scholarship, can't get it because they're taking in trans athletes that are more developed,
the best athlete
physically
available.
Exactly. People want to win, and forget your daughter. I can go get, so people got to look out for that, man. But the last thing I want to go, and we only got 5 minutes on this, I wanted to ask y'all, who is the best duo in the NBA right now?
Luka and Spencer Dinwiddie.
Not.
That's easy.
They winning games, boy.
Part-time and nappy hair.
KD and Kyrie, that's a good one.
And the number 2 is LBJ and Father Time. they doing a number over there in LA.
I gotta go with somebody younger.
Who older, LeBron or Father Time?
Father Time definitely has more hair.
Yeah, he got about a little bit. I think even though Middleton is the least of all the duos, like if you get all the great duos in the league,
nothing, man. Please,
man. Hey, well, I'm not putting them one. I'm with you. That's cool. I'm with you. Kyrie and KD might be one. But 2 might be Giannis and Middleton, or Devin Booker and CP3.
That's what I was gonna say. I think it's them. Just the way they run things.
Devin Booker and CP3.
Another good duo is AD and the chain that he be wearing on the sideline.
So ain't nobody taking Embiid and titties over titles?
No. You see how fast everybody said no?
Yeah, I said they're quick.
I would even say LaMelo Ball in the city of Charlotte over there.
Yeah.
Hey man, I like LaMelo. LaMelo be
I
hooping.
do too. Yeah, he do. He do, man.
He still
but look,
disappears
man.
in big. He still disappears in big moments more than he should.
Yeah, but that I think that'll come with time.
Yeah, I love that he developed from what we saw when he was a kid to the player he is now.
Yeah.
You know, because he was a wild one, you know, in the early days. But, you know, either between his father yelling at him, I'm not a big fan of his father, but I watched the Ball family situation. And when he was coaching his son, he wasn't holding shit back. He was telling him the truth, like, you're a ball hog, you selfish, like you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. And somewhere along the line, it clicked. That, and when he grew them like 3 inches, it clicked. And then he just turned it on from there.
Yeah. Why you don't like his dad, man? Why you don't like his dad?
Like I honestly feel like here's and try to be quick about this. Like when he first came out, you know, he was, you know, loud, obnoxious, saying all the right things to become popular and stuff. Like I was cool with that. I was even on board when he was like, you know what, we're gonna come up with our own shoe for my family, for my sons. I'm like, you know what, I can support that. But when he tried to basically when he basically tried to say, hey, I want you to pay $500 for these shoes and $250 for these flip-flops, I was like, nah, bro. Nah, I can't do that.
See, that's where you jumped off board, but you ain't got a problem with Gucci saying that.
I don't buy Gucci.
Yeah, but you ain't got a problem, but you don't dislike them though. Like you don't dislike the high-end designer for charging.
Here's the reason why.
You don't find no big baller brand in Marshalls either.
Here's the reason why.
You don't find no Gucci's in Marshalls
either. He tried to bank on success that wasn't even there yet with Lonzo. Basically, if Lonzo was like a 3-time All-Star and he was like, all right, I want you to pay $500 for these shoes, I'm like, I can see that.
But Mike, that's the model that every shoe company does. Like the success that Nike banked on with Jordan wasn't there yet. The success that Under Armour banked on Steph Curry with wasn't there yet. Like
and the first Steph Curry was ass too, by the way.
Look, the success that Jumpman, but the success that Jumpman banked on Zion having wasn't there yet. Like these they're jumping on these athletes very early.
Look at all the players you just named.
Okay, wait, but this is coming out of college and high school. Kobe Bryant, Adidas jumped on Kobe Bryant out of high school. He didn't even have enough film for us to even know who he was because he played most of his high school in Italy. So,
the hype was there, man.
Listen, they didn't know about Kobe. They didn't. If they did, he wouldn't have went number 13. But look, they took care of Killer Ray Allen.
Bagley got some Pumas.
Facts. So this is my thing, Mike. All the other shoe companies are following that blueprint, and why I can't, as a dad, why can't I follow the success I know my son's going to have?
But he didn't have that success though.
Because he didn't.
Yeah, and I'm Alonzo.
He's having it now. Both of them are having it.
How many years after the fact though?
How many years did it take Steph?
After he disowned his daddy.
How many years did it take? How many years did it take Steph? How many years did it take
like
Steph?
10 years. 8 years. That was in the league like 8 years before he got it copied.
I say 5. That was 5.
Well, okay. Well,
that was 5, but that's a lot. But it's 5 years for Lonzo, and there's only 2 years for LaMelo right now. He did it right.
LaMelo had the hype coming in, more of the hype coming in than his brother did.
Oof.
Nah, that UCLA Lonzo hype was crazy.
Don't get me wrong. Like to this day, I'm still a huge Lonzo Ball fan because especially now he's playing for Chicago. Like I love his game, but he wasn't honestly. Who else was that good in the draft? The year Lonzo got drafted.
Bill, speaking of Chicago, that they make the playoff thing is starting to look a little,
They just got their cheeks clapped tonight.
Yeah, we can't beat top teams, right? But we got a few people hurt, but we can't.
Y'all got the young boy back last game. He looked good too.
Talking about Ball or Caruso?
No, the one y'all lost at the beginning of the season. Is it Williams?
Oh, Patrick Williams, I think.
Patrick Williams, yeah.
Yeah, I be working nights, man, so it's hard. I gotta play catch
Yeah.
up with a lot of these games.
I'm gonna need you to hop on back on board with Mr. Ball. I need you to hop back on board. He need our support, man.
I mess with the Suns, but I can't. Like the best thing LeVar Ball did was stop talking to the media every single moment he could. He sat back. He was getting free press. Let his sons do the work. He let his sons do the talking.
Facts.
And now he can sit there with the hat and say, "I told you so" and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yet, he was part of the reason. In my opinion, he was part of the reason Lonzo had so much pressure on him coming into the league. I should say that. And it didn't help that LeBron came, I think, the year after Lonzo got drafted. So I can't put it all on his dad because there's a lot of pressure playing with LeBron, as we all see. But I think had he been given time to develop, he would have hit that groove a lot sooner than later. Talking about Lonzo.
Got it. Well, all right, man. I'm gonna go ahead and end it, man. We're at 2:20, man. Thank y'all for joining us, man. Check us out next Tuesday. Check out the other content we have as well. If you're watching from YouTube, go ahead and hit that notification bell after you hit that subscribe button, and tell a friend, man. And we'll catch y'all next Tuesday, man. Peace.